Another comment here. Something I used to say and I don't anymore. If I can do it, so can you, this person is saying. I don't know your work ethic, your determination, your conviction, your grit, your willingness to fail. What do people think? I said, I think this is true, especially in entrepreneurship and health. Let me break this down. Anybody can lose weight. Anybody can get healthy. It just depends on what your determination, your discipline for going and chasing those things are. Anybody can become an entrepreneur. Anybody can start a business. The reality is, and what sets the people apart that are successful at both things, the same skills that are needed to be successful at scale at both things are almost identical. Can you attack it? Can you put up with the uncomfortableness? Can you sacrifice? Can you deal with the stress? Can you just deal with what's happening physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually in both realms to be successful? If you're trying to lose weight, I lost 100 pounds 2 years ago. I was dying. If you're trying to lose weight, get healthy, get your life back, I can tell you that it is one of the more difficult things to do, kicking the wrong foods, getting back on a good diet, eating whole foods. In my case, I went carnivore, so kicking sugars, kicking carbs, all of those sorts of things, getting your butt up and going to the gym, going for a walk. First day I went for a walk, took me 24 minutes to go a quarter mile. I've now done 5 half marathons. So it's just amazing what it did to my body. But to get there took an unimaginable amount of grit, of determination, of discipline, of an almost stubborn in an inhuman way for the first 30 to 45 days approach so that you get over the hump and you can make it. And being an entrepreneur, it takes even longer, but it takes the same sort of skills. It takes the same sort of emotions. It takes the same sort of approach. You have to be able to weather those early days, that early risk, that early stress. You have to be able to answer the phone in the middle of the night. You have to be able to chase and put in effort, and you have to be tired and still function the same way that you would if you're trying to get healthy. If you wanted to be an entrepreneur. The two things are almost the same. One just has a lot more risk to it, i.e. you're betting your financial future on how well that business is going to do. And so everything is amped up, everything is scaled up. The stress is that much harder. Again, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, everything is worse. But relatively speaking, it's very hard when you are trying to lose weight. But I've kicked opioids and I've done all other sorts of things that have lent itself. I was a poor kid and got out of it, and I've got no education, and so I learned on the fly. So I have all of these kind of this foundation built into me that allowed me then to go and put up with what would for so many be brick walls that they would run into and mash their head against. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I wanted to mash my head against a brick wall on more than one occasion over the last 30 years as someone who's bought and sold a dozen companies over that time. So I think that to just put this into a really quick perspective, it takes discipline to do both things. It is not easy. It's easy to watch people who have already done it and wish you were them, appreciate how hard it is, because you are inundated with information. You are inundated with stories from people who are trying to sell you something and take advantage of your want to be where others are, while playing down the amount of effort and energy and time and stress that you are going to have to endure to get you there. Opportunities are everywhere. You got to go get them. I hope this helps. Go for a walk. It will.